Welcome back to Engineered Well Pilates, and today I've got a workout that's going to challenge your core, it's going to challenge your pelvic stability, and you can do the whole thing without needing to lift your head off the mat, which means for anybody out there who suffers from neck pain or neck strain, this is a great workout for you. So you're going to lie yourself down on your mat. You're going to be right in the middle of the mat. And from here, you're going to bend those legs. So I want you to bend the knees, bring your feet flat into the floor, and have those feet and those legs ideally together. So you can start to feel a soft connection through the inner thighs. Your pelvis is neutral, so you've not got an exaggerated gap underneath the spine. You're not flattened into the mat. You're just nice and neutral in that sort of midway point between those two extremes. And your arms are resting by your sides. We're going to warm up with the 100. So keeping the head down, we're going to keep those legs down to begin with in their nice bent position. Now float your arms up by reaching the fingers away from your shoulders. Let those hands lift so they're just above the hip bone. You're going to pull your belly button in and up to stabilise the body, and now start pumping your arms up and down as if you're bouncing balls next to your body. You're going to inhale 2, 3, 4, 5 and exhale 2, 3, 4, 5. Nice strong beats of these arms, nice strong breaths through the body, and in with the air and out with the air. Keep scooping in those abs and reaching through those fingers. Can you squeeze those inner thighs? Feel the strength through the bum. We're halfway. Out with the air and in with the air. Scoop out those abs. Reach those fingers long. Let's go for 3 more full breaths. Whole body working. Everything is still except for those arms. And this is your last big breath in. And big breath out, and then rest those arms down on the mat. And we're going to float the arms now up towards the ceiling. So they're going to come to be fingertips in line with fingertips above the shoulders. Okay, so take another nice big breath in here. As you exhale, just soften those ribs down into the mat. Start to feel that lovely connection of the back of the rib cage into the floor. And you're going to slowly move these arms, keeping them straight and long. You're going to take them behind your head. Now you're not trying to touch the floor. You're just going to slowly move these arms backwards at the same time. And as you do that, I want you to pull those ribs down even deeper in towards the mat. When you get to a point where you can't keep the ribs down anymore, you're going to float the arms back up to the top. And again, both arms at the same time. Start to reach behind the head. Can you pull those ribs across your front? Can you knit them together across your belly? Well, not your belly, but across your torso. And now bring those arms all the way back up to the top. I'm going to go for a few more reps of these. Keep hugging those inner thighs so the lower body is stabilising you as well. And those ribs are just pulling down towards those hips, and bring the arms back up to the top. Let's go for 2 more. Arms go back. Press those ribs down up to the top. Okay, just check in with those shoulders. Just make sure they've not crept up as you're reaching these arms backwards. And then bring the arms back up to the top. And we're going to press the arms firmly down by the sides. Lovely open collarbone. And we're going to go into an exercise called knee folds. So float your right leg up into tabletop. Now just watch as you lift this leg that you don't shift your body weight. So you want to scoop in your abdominals before you even move so that everything stays still and centered as you lift this leg up. 90 degrees at the hip and the knee. Now start to lower this leg towards the floor, again, without shifting the body weight, without letting those ribs, those nice anchored ribs lift. Everything is still except for that leg. We're going to alternate legs. So the left leg now lifts up Everything is still and stable. Lower that leg from your belly. Keep scooping in those abs, and we switch. Everything is still. No rocking from side to side. Switch. And switch. Nice controlled movement. How open is your collarbone? Can you press those arms down into your mat and get a little bit more openness through your chest? Go for one more on each side. Last one. And pause. Now from here, lengthen your left leg out straight. You're going to bring your right leg back into your tabletop position. So your right leg is in tabletop, left leg is straight with those toes pulling all the way back towards you. And I want you to really press that left leg down into the floor. And that's going to help to keep us still. We're now going to circle our right leg. So think about having a light pen on your kneecap, and you're going to circle that shape around on the ceiling. Just nice and loose circles. And you're really trying to use your abdominals and the back of those ribs to stop the body from swaying as this leg circles. Okay, let's try circling the other way without rocking that body from side to side. Use that left leg, use the arms, the ribs, the abs, whole body is working. And now put that foot down, lengthen the leg out. So right leg is now straight, toes are pulling back towards you. Left leg is going to lift into tabletop. I'm going to circle. Little light pen on the kneecap. Loose little circles. Scooping in the abdominals to stabilise those hips. Circle the other way. Two more. Everything's strong. Last one. Set that leg down, back to bent. You're going to bend your right leg, and from here we're going to go into an extension of the knee folds that we just did by bringing both legs up into tabletop. We're going to start from tabletop. So scoop in those abdominals without tilting the pelvis, without shifting your body. You're just going to float these legs up, both at the same time if you can. Press through those arms, back of the ribs. Everything's strongly connected. Now start to lower the right foot towards the floor. The tiptoes are going to brush it. It's going to start to lift back up, and the left leg will start to lower at the same time. So the tiptoes brush, the leg starts to lift, and the opposite leg begins to lower. It's almost as if you're running your legs in the air without shifting your body weight from side to side. And I want you to really pull back through those ribs so that they're not flaring, they're not popping open or sort of lifting off the mat. Nice controlled running movement. We're going to go for two more on each leg. Last one. And set both those feet down to the floor. Excellent job. Okay, pelvic tilts. Start to scoop your belly button in towards your spine so that you flatten your whole back in towards the mat. And now I want you to tilt your pelvis and take it away from you. Now we're trying to isolate this movement just into the pelvis. So try again to keep the back of those ribs as still and anchored as you can. Try not to let your body sort of slide up and down your mat. It's just a very little small movement as we tilt the pelvis towards us, like you've got a bucket of water in your belly and it's just sloshing towards you and away from you. This should feel quite nice. Just go for a couple more. And then you're going to pause back in that neutral position. And here the legs are still together. Now if you feel more comfortable having your feet a hip width apart, then you can take your feet and move them a hip width apart. It could be quite nice if you've got a tight back, we're going to go into bridging. So feel those heels slightly pull towards your bum and pull your bum towards your heels without moving anything. It's just a sense of pulling the muscles towards each other to activate the back of your back line, basically. So keep that connection and let that bum push your hips up into the air, up into a nice strong bridge. Your fingertips are on the mat, reaching actively towards your heels. Your heels are squeezing towards your bum. And now keep those hips lifted and start to roll your spine down one bone at a time. Get the upper back, the mid back, the lower back, every single bone in your spine to touch that mat, and the pelvis will be the last thing to lower. And lift. Hug your middle, so if your legs are together, those inner thighs are squeezing towards each other, nice and tight. Rolling through the spine, one bone at a time. We're going to go for 3 more, just like this. We lift and we roll that spine down. Reach those fingers towards your heels. How long can you get your body to be? 2 more. Push from the tush. Bum lifts you up. Abdominals, stretch your spine as you roll back down. Last one. Lift and roll all the way down. Nice and controlled to the bottom. Now when you get to the bottom, you're going to lift both of your legs up into tabletop, scooping in the abdominals, strong through the body, both legs lift. And we're going to start to lower these legs together. So squeeze your inner thighs strong, pull those ribs in, pull your abdominals in, and we're going to take these knees like we're making an arc away from our belly. So start to reach those knees away from the body. You're only going to go to a point where you feel the abs shake or your ribs start to pop. That's kind of beyond your point. Scoop the legs back to tabletop. Take those knees away. Scooping out. Everything is strong. Pull them back in. 4 more. How heavy can you keep your ribs? As those knees move away, bring them back in. Strong arms. Strong abs. You've got 2 more. Is your last one. And then set those feet down to the floor. Carefully bring yourself up to a seated position, however you need to. So you can roll onto one side and come up, or just come on up. And here we're going to go into seated mermaid. So you can cross your legs if that's comfortable for you. You can sit up on a cushion with the legs out in front of you, if that's comfortable, or you could even sit in a chair. Just be careful getting up. We've been lying down for some time. Put your right hand to the mat or to the edge of the chair, wherever you are. Just put your right hand to the side and lift your left hand up towards the ceiling. Nice straight arms, nice long fingers. Feel these fingers pull you up out of your hip, out of your pelvis. And we're going to side bend over to the right. Nice and strong. Now use those abdominals to lift you back up to the center. And again, stretch over to the right. Check in, is your chest lifted? So try not to dive to the floor and come up to the top. Let's go for 1 more. Big stretch over. Chest is proud, ribs are pulled in, and abs lift you back up. Change sides. Left hand goes down to your side. Right arm reaches up to the ceiling. These fingers pull you out of your pelvis. And we side bend over to the left now. Big, strong stretch. Abs lift you back up to the middle. And we reach over to the sides. And those abdominals pull you back up tall. And this is your last one. Side bend, proud chest. Strong abs come back to the middle. Relax that hand down, and that's you all done. So hopefully your abs are feeling worked, your body is feeling stabilized, and that was a nice little stretch there for you at the end. So I do hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, subscribe, ring the bell, and do revisit for more Pilates videos. I'm Emma from Engineered Well Pilates. Take care. Bye.